Hey guys, my name is Orthodox and welcome back to my channel. I'm excited to say that we're going to do something a little different today. I'll be doing a walkthrough of my Master High Jupiter solo to teach you guys a few helpful tips and tricks to taking down this tricky boss. Before I get started, please consider subscribing so you can stay up to date with my Dragalia Lost guides and walkthroughs. I've got a lot of ideas and content planned for the near future, and you won't want to miss it. Additionally, consider joining my Discord in the description below. We've got an awesome community of players of all skill levels that enjoy hanging out and talking about the game. And as always, I'll provide timestamps pinned in the comment section below. Alright, without further ado, let's talk about team composition. The nice part about this solo is that there are quite a few substitutions and budget options available, so don't fret when you see me running 2 Gala units. They aren't necessary, I just have them built because I enjoy using them. I'll display additional viable team comps on the right hand side to help give you some ideas. Taking a look at our star Hawk, this guy went from 0 to hero real fast. He's got about a 50% chance to land a stun on Master High Jupiter at the beginning of the fight, which effectively cancels the blast and keeps all your units healthy. Investing in him is a great choice, but if you do not have him, then you can simply use a shared skill with hard CC to achieve the same result. Quickly pulling up Jupiter's affliction resistances, you can see that there's a chance to stun, freeze, or sleep him. I will personally recommend Starlit Gift from Dragalia Clio. I mentioned this skill as a viable way to improve your clears in my Master Volk guide, and it once again will shine here versus Jupiter. No pun intended. Additional options will include Annalie's shared skill for stun, and Wedding Aui's shared skill for sleep. Just note, the shared skill route may only have about a 20 to 30% chance to CC Jupiter, so the run may need to be restarted a few times before you score that affliction. Also note, we will be using a helper skill in this fight, so be sure to bring an Ellie helper or a Patia helper skill along from your friends list. And if you don't have one, come join my Discord. We'll be more than happy to share our friend codes and help get you set up. Looking at Wyrmprints, Chocolatiers will be a staple for Hawk, allowing him to access his empowered stun right away. And any unit with 100% skill prep like Veronica or Gala Clio are great picks to consider going with if you're using the shared skill route. Additionally, Poison Punisher Prints are a great choice here, for all your units to amplify their damage. The choice will be between Fires of Hate and Plaguebringer. Fires of Hate pairs very well with the hard CC, as canceling the open blast will keep the full HP equals strength passive turned on, but it is a limited print, so substituting for Plaguebringer is also okay here as well. Additionally, consider picking units on your team who will provide a strong uptime for poison on High Jupiter. I'm personally using Delphi for this reason, however, Vice and Althemia do an excellent job and have some pretty impressive DPS for 3-star units due to the power of their mana spirals. Also note, powerful mentions to round out team compositions are Belina, Curran, Lathna, Forte, and Nefaria. Last thing to talk about are dragons and weapon choices. For dragons, it's a pretty loose requirement. For example, I only have one max unbound Fatalis. The other is at 0 unbinds. You can easily get by with max unbound Juggernauts, the 4-star Shadow Dragon. It will simply elongate your runtime, and you may see more of High Jupiter's mechanics, which we will cover in a little bit. Additionally, for Hawk, I would run Vayu if I could because skill damage dragons are very powerful, but unfortunately I don't have access to him, so Pazuzu will do just fine. Additional options may include Ariel and Zephyr. Now for weapons, I have a max unbound High Dragon tier 2 bow for Hawk. This can easily be replaced with an Agito weapon from Ciella, and for the shadow units, they can run anywhere from a 0 unbound to a max unbound Agito weapon from Cayenne. And the best part is, I've covered both these Agito bosses extensively in my previous guide videos, so guys, definitely check these out to see how to obtain powerful weapons easily. I do a step-by-step breakdown of the boss's moves and how to deal with them, and what the recommended might and equipment is for the fights. And well, that's about it for the requirements. Let's start walking through the solo clear now. Alright, in the beginning you'll want to immediately activate Hawk's skill 2 and fire a 4-strike off while activating your skill 1. But be sure not to cancel your 4-strike by activating your skill 1 too early. For players using a shared skill, you'll simply wish to use the skill right away. For both, if you score the hard CC, we'll continue the run, and if not, we'll simply restart the run. From here, Hawk will be able to combo another 4-strike into his skill 1 while Jupiter is stunned, and will have enough time to fire off a third skill 1. Afterwards, right before the stun ends on Jupiter, you'll want to activate your Helper skill. This will effectively cancel the homing nature of Shocking Spark, allowing you to simply roll out of it and dodge the attack. This is a neat little interaction that we can do with other chasers in the other High Dragon trials, so be sure to get familiar with it. Afterwards, simply position Hawk next to your other ranged characters and swap over to a melee character of your choice. I swap into Gala Alex here because her player controlled damage is much greater than her AI controlled damage. Here, you get quite a few seconds of free damage, but be careful not to get clipped by Brilliant Blitz, which will send out lightning in a few different linear directions. Also, I like to weave in another helper skill to increase my team's DPS while the lightning is passing. Then, I'll continue my attack to the front of Jupiter during Amplify. If you move around, your ranged units may get clipped by the stray bolts from Amplify since the attack is centered around your controlled unit. Afterwards, I typically move up, rolling from left to right behind Jupiter as Bolt Barrage will strike and follow my path, staying close enough to Jupiter so that my AI teammates will not drop aggro. This attack will strike 3 times, so after the third bolt, you're safe to return to the front of Jupiter and continue attacking. I usually weave in my final helper skill here as well, and then, at this point, I break Jupiter, so I get to perform Gala Alex's unique chain skills to finish the run with the bonus break damage. Now, if you still haven't broke or defeated Jupiter at this point, note that Jupiter will show 2 exclamation points targeting the closest player, then peck and fire 3 bolts of lightning. This attack is followed with a dash and a trail of lightning behind Jupiter, and all of these attacks can be iframed to keep your team safe as well. Afterwards, Jupiter will screech and lightning will flash around him clockwise, starting from in front and behind himself. It will then strike 4 times and be followed by a 4-way lightning bolt projectile that fires in front, behind, and at his sides first, and then diagonally second. Again, all of these lightning bolts can be iframed. He'll follow up this attack with brilliant bolts again. From here you'll see Sweeping Fulgur, lightning that cannot be iframed will appear, sweeping from top to bottom, then bottom to top, then left to right, and finally right to left. The safe spaces where there is no lightning is always the same, and it takes a little practice to get the timing right to dodge the bolts. But as a general rule of thumb, you can start in the center, then roll left as the lightning passes, then roll down, and then roll up twice to stay safe. Afterwards, Jupiter repeats Bolt Barrage here, so I wait it out before I finish this run. Now note, there are still more attacks in Jupiter's script, but I'll reserve a full in-depth guide on Master High Jupiter if you guys would like me to cover it in the near future. And there you have it. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you'd like me to cover next, and I'd be happy to hear your thoughts involving our new event, Onslaught. Thanks again, guys. I'll be sure to show off this clear one more time without the commentary and in full speed.
Hunter's Creed.
Now, entertainment.
The end is dark.
Yes, let us put them in check.
Way faster. I know how to send shivers. Unrelation. Crisis Edge. I have you now. Way faster. Give me strength, Dragon. Crisis Edge.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Crisis Edge.
The deed must be done.
Crisis Edge. Umbrella Erasure.
Nearly there. I will see it done.
Crisis Edge.
Ruination.
Umbrella Erasure.
Victory is sweeter when shared.